The Department of Youth in the Nevis Island Administration hosted a summer job attachment program. The 2022 theme was Recruiting Young Minds to Foster Productivity Professionally. The program catered to 65 school leavers who underwent professional development training. Today, we will be speaking with Udonele Pemberton, and we'll be learning all about his experience. So, Udonele, welcome to Good Morning SKN. All right, so let's start talking about your job attachment. Obviously, you finished your internship 3 weeks ago. If you had to rate the overall experience, what would it be on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you give it?
I would give it an 8.
You'll give it an 8.
8.
All right. So
that's pretty high.
Yeah, we're going to find out now why you'd give it an 8. What were those things that made it a favorable experience for you?
Because I learned a lot about the workplace, got to meet new people and make new friends. The work environment that I was in was very friendly and kind, and I learned a lot.
Well, that's definitely important.
What was the most challenging thing you encountered while you were at work? And I also want to know if waking up early was a challenge for you as well.
Yes, waking up early was a challenge.
Okay.
I would say that was my main challenge.
Okay. So you think you're better now at waking up early since you're up early with us this morning?
Yes.
Good stuff. Glad to hear that. So what was the most challenging thing you encountered at work?
At work, I would say learning their filing system, especially. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this, because obviously this is the first time that you were employed anywhere. Is that not right, Udonele? This was your first job ever?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So did you have any anxiety going into it, or were you just like, you know what, I need a job, I'm going to get this done, and when I'm done, I'll be out of here?
Yes, I had a lot of anxiety. I was very nervous at first. Then I got comfortable with noise.
So what were you nervous about, though?
Meeting new people, I would say.
Okay, so you didn't have
Having
any
to interact.
and having to interact. So no anxiety at all about the boss looking over your shoulder every minute, being like, Udonele, you got this wrong, Nah, no anxiety there, right? A lot of confidence. Yeah, that's just my anxiety, not yours.
So what was the feeling like leading up to work, knowing that, okay, in the next few weeks I have to go to work? Were you prepared? Were you putting your your jacket and tie and your shirt together? What activities took place?
Well, activities, I would say I looked over my training, what I learned at the training,
Okay.
and try to take that into the workplace.
All right, so we're talking about the workplace, but we haven't mentioned where that workplace is. So why don't you tell us, Udonele?
I worked at the National Caribbean Insurance.
And I was teasing you earlier. I was saying that you are the guy who understands how much I pay on third-party insurance and why. That's not necessarily the case, is it?
No.
All right. So in terms of what you learned, generally, do you think that you could apply those skills to other workplaces or even life in general? And if so, tell us what those skills are.
I would say I learned some social skills, so I can carry that to anywhere in the world. I learned how to be efficient, how to properly do things, and how to talk to other persons, and yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, but those are really important skills, aren't they, Cortensi?
They are indeed.
So what motivated you to apply for the job attachment program in the first place?
I wanted to get a feel of how the work environment is since I'm leaving high school and going to higher education. I'll be working soon. I also needed money.
I like that.
It's the best motivator ever.
That he reminded me of Caleb with that answer. I just need a little money, so I did the job. That is good. So what do you plan? I want to know, what are your plans for the money that you made?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh.
Well, that means you still have it. That's a good thing. That
Yeah.
actually means that you still have it. You didn't spend it. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right. So we wanted to know from you whether your workplace, the workplace that you were assigned to, whether it was you were choosing or whether you were just assigned to it, outside of expressing any interest. How did that work?
Um, I would say that I was chose not based on any interest because my interest would be in the IT fields, and I didn't really do anything in the IT field.
Oh, so your interest is in the IT field. Okay, very good field to get into, but you didn't do
Yeah.
that. But you know what? These skills that
No.
you learned, I'm betting, as you rightly said already, they're transferable anyway. And that's the thing, you take them with you
Yes.
everywhere. Were there
Yes.
any other persons that were part of the job attachment program that made it to NCI with you?
No.
Oh, so you were the only one there. So you were like the newbie.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You're the newbie, new kid on the block, so to speak.
Yes.
So Udonella already told us what business he was attached to. Donella, can you tell us where you were attached to for work?
Good morning, everyone. I was a summer job attachment program intern, and I was assigned at the Department of Youth in Nevis.
So I realized youth attached to youth. How did that make you feel, and what did you learn whilst at the establishment?
Well, the Department of Youth isn't necessarily what I expected, but when I was first put there, I had the opportunity to work on different projects that they had assigned. We were able to work on recycling projects. There's the Impact 12 Awards coming up. We were able to work on poem biographies that would be about the awardees. So we were able to do work that would really impact and give great results afterwards. And I'm proud that I was able to be a part of such an initiative.
So if you weren't attached to that department of youth, where would you have wanted to go to work?
Well, I am a science student, so I originally was thinking that I would be assigned to something having to do with healthcare originally.
Well, that's an interesting point because I spoke with Udinel earlier and I asked, well, what were some of those skills that he thinks would be transferable to other jobs after this, including the job of his choosing? So I want to ask you the same thing. What are some of those skills, Donella?
Well, as a science student, you have to do a lot of research when it comes to SBAs, lab reports. And when it came to the recycling projects, we had to try and come up with different ideas so that researching initiative that you have inside of you was able to come out when it was time to get research, try to come up with different ideas and put them together. When it came with the poems, we had to try in a way and do some research in order to complete these poems. So that's something that I learned as a science student, or the field that I would like to go to that I could apply in my assignment, in my internship.
All right, let me ask both of you this question. I'll direct this one to you, Donella, first, and of course, Donella, you can answer it thereafter. During the course of your internship, were there opportunities for independent work, or was there just constant supervision? How did that go? Donella, you take it.
I would say most of my filing work was independent, and during the last 2 weeks that I was there, I was placed at front desk. So I would say that was also some more independent work I had.
All right, so you felt a sense of confidence after that, then? That somebody put trust in you to do that. Great. And Donella?
Yes.
Well, definitely we had times when we had to do independent work. For the recycling, most of the interns were put in a separate office space where we had to work together to figure out how we would do the recycling. And when it came to the poems, we were able to take them out of the office and work on them individually and then come back and give our results to our superiors.
That is very good. So do you both think that the fact that you weren't placed in your area of expertise, that being placed in the areas that you were, that it will enhance you as persons?
Yes, I think it would.
Okay.
Definitely. When I first heard where I was being placed, I wouldn't be honest, I was shocked where I was placed. But then at the completion of my internship, I really was able to reflect and see that it really did help me and boost other levels of confidence that I wouldn't have had before.
Well, that's so very important. Was this your first job, Donella?
No, I did an internship before while I was in high school, and I did some jobs over summer vacation and Christmas vacation.
Oh, so you're not a newbie. You're not. Udonele, you're the newbie. She's not a newbie at all. She's a veteran now. All right. Can I pick your brain a little bit? What were some of the common themes, Donella, that you saw emerging from one workplace to the next, since you're that experienced?
One word. I would say being able to work independently. One of my jobs were being a salesperson at a children's department store in Nevis. And at certain points, after I got familiar with the environment, I was often left in the store to carry out different assignments on my own. And that definitely gave me a boost of confidence, a boost of being independent. I didn't have to rely on someone being around all the time. So that definitely boosted my work ethic and possibly even contributed to how I was able to complete the summer attachment program.
I suppose it did.
Yes, indeed. So let's talk about awards. And there, my voice like it needs an award to stay. What awards did you win? What are some of the awards? I'll begin with Donella.
At the end of the closing ceremony, I got most outstanding trainee and most dedicated intern. Yes, those are the 2 awards I gave.
Congrats. And you,
Thank
Donella?
you.
You're welcome.
I unfortunately didn't get any awards at the closing ceremony.
Okay. Next time.
You know what? I'll give you one right now. Bravery and experience.
Yes.
You've got those too. All right. All right. So let's talk about what you want to do after this experience, because obviously, you know, you've gone through the application process. You've been successful in obtaining the internship. Those skills that you want to use or you want to transfer to future careers, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? And are they transferable there? You don't know.
In the next 10 years, possibly working somewhere like in the IT field, mainly networking, and I can learn, I take my social skills that I learned, talk to clients and customers, also learn how to be efficient and punctual, and that can be applied in the networking field.
And Donella?
In the next 10 years, I want to be a cardiologist. So most likely I will still be in school, hopefully completing my last leg of studies and being able to go into the profession of cardiology.
Why do you want to be a cardiologist?
Well, the love of science first grew because my older brother was involved in the sciences. So I kind of was nudged in that direction. And then when I got to doing biology, the passion really grew from there. And when we started studying the heart and stuff like that, I got a great interest in it. And that's what got it started.
I can tell you that on a personal level, the heart is the only thing that I can draw in biology from memory. I found it very interesting as well. I have to tell you that. So definitely. And you, Donella, I'm not leaving you out at all because I'm actually very interested in IT and computer science. So we've got it.
IT, maths, biology.
We've got it. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about your experiences as part of the program. Would you recommend that other students apply to the program, and if so, why? Let's start with you, Udonele.
Yes, I would recommend other students to join this program because you gain a lot of information about the workplace, how to be professional, how to dress in a workplace, and how to conduct yourself in a workplace. Also gives you experience, and you can add this internship to your resume to get a job later on in the future.
Indeed. Donella?
Well, I definitely would recommend, just as Udonele says, the training, especially you learn a lot of new things, social security, about finances, about budgeting, and then the actual internship itself. You learn a lot of skills that will definitely be needed in the workplace. And you even get introduced to a possible employment opportunity. So I definitely would recommend to other school leavers in the future.